Good morning, guys. What's up? How's it going? It is Thursday and it is day 4 of our free clean eating challenge. Guys, thanks for hanging in there. I'm loving the feedback you're giving. I'm loving the recipes and insights into your food that you've been posting. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the feedback, right? Because sometimes I don't know if it hits the mark, the plan hits the mark, or totally misses the mark. Only way I know that is if you tell me. So I appreciate you guys chiming in and giving me your insights. So today is day 4. We're kind of rounding the corner of the home stretch of this challenge. Again, just designed to be fun, short, and free, obviously, to get you started on clean eating. So today we've kind of covered a lot of the basics, right? Of like drinking your water, getting enough sleep, all those things, getting a workout in to help rev up your metabolism. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about energy because I know, at least for me, when I first started trying to make changes in my diet, I was coming from a place where I was taking in a lot of sugar and caffeine on a regular basis. I was that girl that would have a Coca-Cola with lunch every day. And I had coffee every morning. And I had Starbucks every afternoon. And I had chocolate probably every day. I'm a sweetsaholic for sure. I have a pretty mad sweet tooth. And for me, it was something I didn't even realize was part of my like typical pattern because I just always done it, right? When we were growing up, we never got to have like cakes and pies and cookies around, but we always had soda. Once I was old enough to drink coffee and on my own, I guess, I was like, heck yeah, man. So I was starting from this point of kind of having a sugar caffeine addiction. And I remember I tried to quit coffee probably 20 times, and every time I would fail miserably because I would just quit drinking the caffeine and I wouldn't do anything else to help myself get through that detox period or get my energy back up. So I was basically trying to like cut my arm off without, putting a prosthetic on there. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is energy and how when you're starting to make clean eating choices and change your eating patterns, you may feel a dip in your energy and what to do about that, or what you can try to do about that. Okay. So if you're a soda-aholic, there's a couple things that you can do to help wean yourself off of sodas. What I personally did was I just backed myself down slowly. I went from the full can of Coke down to those little bitty cans. And to be completely honest, over time, as my eating got better, I started craving that stuff less. The only time now I have a Coke is like if I have like a massive headache and I don't have any Advil on me, I'll swing through somewhere and get like a gas station and get a Coke. That sugar and caffeine definitely still does the trick for a headache. But anyway, you can wean yourself off, like start stepping back slowly. With sodas, I went from big can to little can to nothing. I don't even drink sodas anymore. With coffee in the past, I've gone through undulations of drinking coffee. And when I've backed myself off in the past, what I've done is I have swapped out my morning coffee. Well, first off, I went to decaf, which is, in my opinion, a total waste of time. Because you're like, why am I still so tired? And you end up drinking a whole pot. But what I did instead was I replaced that morning coffee with something called hot honey lemon water. Now, if you're sitting here thinking I'm completely nuts, that I'm suggesting that you drink hot water for a replacement of coffee, hear me out. It works, right? When you wake up, it gives you that sense of drinking something warm. For me, with the honey in it, it gave me that feeling of having something sweet, which kind of, overtook my need for that sweet coffee creamer. And it has the byproduct of hydrating you because you are drinking water, which is something that I'll get into in a second. But also that lemon in your system first thing really invigorates your body to like wake up and get going. So it has the same effect as coffee without the caffeine, that, that acidic caffeine that zips you up, but then, by 10:30, 11 in the morning, you're like, and crashing and reaching for the snacks and reaching for a big lunch and all those bad habits that compound on each other. Okay. So give it a try, right? Maybe on a weekend or something, start your day with the hot honey lemon water. I'll post the recipe that I use here in a second. And then if you still feel like crap, have your coffee after that. But start a new habit that will eventually replace your old one. Okay, I forgot to mention this on the sodas, but like if you are a soda-aholic, start a habit in the soda department that will help replace those sodas. I don't recommend going to diet soda, but one thing that everybody has been all raged about lately is this LaCroix flavored sparkling water. It has the same fizzy effect of soda, but without the caffeine and without the chemicals, without the sugar. So those are just some ideas. On the soda front, swap it out with something else. On the coffee front, swap it out with something else. Okay, so those will help get you off of those habitual liquids that really aren't serving your body in any sort of a healthy way, right? I'm not a coffee basher. I freaking love coffee. And as soon as this 21-day cleanse is over, I am definitely going back and drinking coffee periodically. I now drink it black instead of with creamer, though. So it's like over time, over the last 2 years, I have weaned myself off of more of the crap and hone in on just what I personally enjoy, not what I need to wake up in the morning. Okay, there's a big difference. If you're using it as a crutch, you can tell it's not a healthy habit. If it's something that you sit down and savor, that's totally different. Okay, some other things. I won't harp on this anymore because we spent a whole day on it, but drinking enough water definitely helps keep you alert and awake. One thing that I find that helps me is if I put a little fruit in my water, like you can put it in a pitcher in the fridge or put it in your bottle or whatever, but having that little bit of sugar from the fruit not only helps the taste and keeps it interesting, but it also gives me like a tiny, tiny bit of sugar that helps me stay alive and invigorated. Okay. What else? The last thing I'll mention, guys, I didn't put Shakeology in our meal plan because I didn't want you guys in this group to feel like you had to get the product or that this was a, sales pitch or something like that. But for me personally, one of the reasons I started drinking Shakeology and stuck with it now for 3 years is because it gives me a physical boost of energy. If you look through the ingredients, there's all kinds of yummy stuff in there. Most notably, this stuff called matcha powder, as well as some specific breed or whatever of mushrooms. Not magic mushrooms, but they both have high energy properties. And so, in conjunction with all the other good stuff that's in there, that basically replaces my multivitamin and all that jazz, it gives me a physical boost of energy. Like if I don't have my Shakeology in the morning, I can tell that I drag a little more than if I'm having, or on the other hand, if I hit that like 3 o'clock slump, like let's say I had too much for lunch and I get that like, whoa, I'm about to pass out feeling. If I have my shake in the afternoon, it zings me back up so that I can stay focused and tackle the rest of my day. So keep that in mind. If you are somebody who either uses Shakeology and you're not using it regularly, get in the habit of having that every single day. It's a great replacement for breakfast. It's a great replacement for your morning coffee, to be honest. Or it's a fantastic pick-me-up in the afternoon. Sometimes if I'm feeling dragging, if I didn't get enough sleep or something, I'll have a half a shake in the afternoon, and it just does the trick perfectly without adding any other things like soda or coffee, acidic, sugary things to my system. Okay? So those are just a couple tips, guys. What your challenge for today is, I really want to hear from you. What is your go-to, two things actually. What sort of energy boosters are you regularly using? Okay? Coffee, tea, oh shit, I didn't even mention tea. Anyway, that'll be another post. I don't want to ramble on forever. Coffee, tea, sodas, energy drinks, frappuccinos, What are you typically using to keep your energy up, right? Give it a good think, because sometimes like you don't even realize what you're doing on a daily basis or semi-daily basis. And then I would like to hear from you if you have any tips on what would you recommend for a healthy alternative for boosting your energy. Okay? Guys, I hope you have an amazing day. The food today is really simple. It's a lot of leftovers. I designed that on purpose. It's Thursday. It's like the slide into the weekend. Nobody wants to think about cooking anything. If you guys want to mix up your days on the meal plan, that's totally cool. Or repeat something from before in the week, that's totally cool. But I wanted to make Thursday, the day before the weekend slide, easy for you so you didn't have to think too much and can focus on your work, focus on your life. Okay? Post any questions you have in the group, and I look forward to hear from you guys today.